Hey, welcome back to the Hotel Orloff. Just got a package in the mail, so I thought I'd open that up and then we'll head up to the comic room and go through some other stuff. It is probably January, yes, it is definitely January 2nd, 2024. So, I ordered some stuff from Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona, and it just arrived. And first thing I got, since I don't have a local comic book store where I'm at, so I use this amazing store in Mesa, Arizona as my local comic store. And first thing I got was something most of you got a while back, which is this facsimile of Wonder Woman #1. It's been out probably a month. DC doesn't put the UPC code on the front on their facsimiles. Marvel does, and I think that's a smart move. These are pretty good facsimiles of Golden Age comics. They're just a little smaller, the size of modern comics. And on the back, you got the original back cover, and that's where they hide the UPC code. Only real difference is, it says $6.99 instead of 10 cents at the top. So it's got the original house ads. Now I have a reproduction of Wonder Woman #1 as one of the famous first editions, the big tabloid size comics with cardboard covers from the 70s. I actually have a hardcover edition of Wonder Woman #1 that I bought. Man, it's a weird story. Back in Texas, I met this guy that lived in his car, and he just was basically homeless. I mean, sometimes he would rent an apartment for a while, but he lived in his car. And he was trying to sell things, and the things he had in his car all seemed to be things I wanted. Like, he had a hardcover Wonder Woman reprint from the 70s. He had a Marvel Masterworks hardcover reprints of the Venus comics from the 50s. He had painted on a canvas a reproduction of the Hulk versus the Glob or the Glop or whatever. And he had a slabbed copy of Dick Briefer's Frankenstein from the early 50s. And I got all those from him, trying to help him out, but it just all magically seemed to be stuff I liked that he had. It was weird. So, it's sort of a new trend. I hope it keeps going. I hope it doesn't fizzle out like the 3D fad fizzled out in the 50s and then fizzled out again recently. I hope that this keeps going. A lot of people are excited about these facsimiles. And hopefully they keep doing it, because this is far more I don't buy any new DC comics, but I'll certainly buy these old these facsimiles of older comics. Speaking of older comics, I also got a pretty nice Golden Age comic. One moment, ladies and gentlemen. So, hopefully you're having a great time at the new year. I saw my wife was just calling me. I better go upstairs and see what she needs. Here's I was these were folded. I was unfolding those little dog ears. Anyway, not in the best condition, but if it was in the best condition, then I couldn't afford it. This came from a woman's collection that was sold to Gotham City by her son. He brought in a bunch of 1990s Rob Liefeld looking comics and from his childhood and thought, hey, look at all these great comics I've got. And then he says, well, I also have these old comics of my mom's. And then, of course, that was the good stuff. So this came from that collection. I'm fixing some of the dog ears at the top. Then I'll put this under something heavy and try to flatten it. Yeah. I know what I can put a heavy book on top of this. I'm flat trying to. Anyway, wonderful.
Will start in 2 minutes.
So anyway, how are you guys doing this wonderful day, this January 2nd, 2024? Here, I gotta go upstairs. Let me let you enjoy watching television for a little bit until I come back.
The show will start in 1 minute. And now, on with the show.
Okay. Okay, so what else did I get? I got this real cheap, this Sergeant Fury comic from the Ford era of comics, Ford age of comics. Uh, I don't have my magnifying glass down here, man. 74. This might be from the Nixon age of comics. Nixon resigned in 73 or 74, man. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. There's the Marvel value stamp. Yeah, the Marvel movies at Disney, they were really counting on Kang to be the next big villain, and that guy the actor that played him went to court, and now I guess they've decided, well, never mind. I guess they're going to go with Doctor Doom or Galactus. I don't know. But they'll run it. It's nothing to get excited about. It's Sergeant Fury. I didn't even show you the cover. It's a beat up reading copy of Sergeant Fury 110. Yeah. It doesn't tell you what issue it was reprinted from. So I thought all these 1970s Sergeant Fury comics were reprints, but then someone was telling me that every other issue was a reprint, that they had news stories in the 70s too, and man, I am wondering if this could be a new story. I mean, it's hard to tell. I think it's an older story. Not certain. Anyway. I'm saving up for the bigger items. I'm saving until the last. I'm going to show you them. That Donald Duck comic, he gave me a huge discount, where I only paid a fraction of what he originally had it priced. I also got a copy of Thunder Agents. I went through my Thunder Agents comics the other day, actually live on the air. You may have been here for that, and saw that I did not have this copy. This is not a wonderful condition copy of this, but I didn't have it. It's Thunder Agents number 8. Of course, Thunder stands for the Higher United Nations Defense Enforcement Reserves. And this was mid-60s in the Johnson age of comics. And it was Wally Wood getting in there on the superhero boom. And these comics are great. I don't have all of them, but I probably have all of them in reprint form. I even have a couple of paperbacks from the 60s reprinting these stories. I mean, this is look at this great ad. This is from Tower, and sometimes when you get these off-brand comic companies that aren't Marvel and DC, you can find ads that you never saw in the Marvel and DC comics that are really striking. Of course, I studied advertising in college, so advertisements fascinate me. Here, you can get 60 Smash songs, but I guarantee you none of them are by the original artist. they're recreated by guys in the 60s about my age in the studio trying to do Beatles and Beach Boys songs. Well, it's just great stuff. I'm thinking this is from around 65. Let me see. What? No, I should have known. September 66. I think these started in because the Batman TV show, which came on TV in January of 66. Well, this is towards the end of 66, September of 66. So I think, that's when the superhero comics, there really started to be a glut of superhero comics, and even the Archie comics characters started to be superheroes during that time period, just to because of that fad. Okay. This is wonderful and sad at the same time, what I'm about to show you. It's the EC Fan Addict fanzine. And of course, I am a fan addict, even though I wasn't around in the early 50s to be a true fan addict. I've always loved EC. This is a salute to EC and all the artists that work for EC and all the stuff they did later. Like, this was done in the 60s. It looks like that was proposal art from Jack Davis for the Dracula Sings record. Okay, wonderful. Oh man, this is just great, because this isn't, I mean, it's a magazine, but it's also a soft cover book. I mean, it's from Fantagraphics. It's $15, which is pretty cheap, because magazines you get at Dollar General now. They don't really hardly make magazines that at least you can get in the supermarket or Dollar General anymore. They're more like little soft cover books, and it's like History of Kiss, or the History of Jesus, stuff like that. But they're not as thick as this, and they're about the same price. They're about $13, $14. So like postcards, hand-drawn postcards from Reed Crandall. This is just wonderful articles. Original art of the original logo for Tales from the Crypt. Okay, so what's sad about this? The guy that put this out, not long after he put it out, here's the editorial. I don't want to bend it too much. It's Roger Hill was this huge comic collector and put these magazines together. Well, he just passed away not long after this magazine came out. So it's, see, that's what I thought. It's an article about, it wasn't Dracula Sings, it was Dracula's Greatest Hits. Trust me, it's great. This album, which you can just listen to on YouTube, or you can go and seek it out. It's hard to get it. It had little cards inside it, and I think it had a poster too. I've got a copy. I think I only have one copy of this record, but it doesn't have the extras in it. Anyway, the great thing about this record is Gene Moss does the voices, and Gene Moss. I guess he was a local DJ in California, in Los Angeles, but he did the voices in Roger Ramjet and what else? Gene Moss did a local show in Los Angeles. You need to look this up on YouTube. It was called Shrimpenstein. And he was a mad scientist, and he had this little ventriloquist puppet that was a little Frankenstein ventriloquist puppet, and there were monsters that came on, and he would play the. This was in the around 1966. He'd play the. If the episode that's up on YouTube is uncut, he runs a Thor 1966 Marvel Superheroes cartoon during it and everything. And here's the single that came out from it. I Want to Bite Your Hand, which is a cover, obviously, of the Beatles' I Want to Hold Your Hand. It's hilarious. See Gene Moss. It's great stuff. Anyway, I'm looking forward to reading this. Something I've been meaning to get for a long time is this book. Maybe you could call up Kevin at Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona. Maybe he could order you one, or if he doesn't have another copy of this. Seems like he said he had another copy of it. You know what I think? I was going through the stuff I had on hold, and he'd accidentally pulled an extra copy for me. So he does have an extra copy, unless it's been bought in the last few days since I made this order. This is another magazine that is more of a book. Now this one didn't cost $15. This is a very expensive book. Rather expensive, yeah. And it's all about, it's the history of Warren magazines, Warren Comics. So a lot of the stuff I've been showing you the last few days, there's Creepy #1. This is basically a visual history all through. Help was a humor magazine that Warren put out during the Kennedy and early, more of the Johnson age of comics. Harvey Kurtzman, one of Harvey Kurtzman's attempts to get another humor magazine going. He created Mad and left Mad in a huff, and then he did Humbug, which was a little bit smaller than a comic book size in black and white. He did Trump, which was slick color because it was financed by Hugh Hefner. That didn't last long, but it was great. And then he did Help in the 60s, and then he gave up and just went to work for Hugh Hefner doing Little Annie Fanny for the rest of the 60s and all through the 70s and maybe even in the 80s. I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be a wonderful, fun read. This is a revised and expanded edition. Well, just a lot of great stuff in here, I'm telling you. You probably don't want to know how much I spent on this. This was, I think this was $40. He might have cut me a deal, I don't know, but altogether, what you see, what I just showed you, was $100. $20 of which came from a viewer that didn't call up, actually went into Gotham. He lives near Gotham City Comics, and he said, "Here's $20, put it on Kratu's hold stack," and that's greatly appreciated. And I thanked him. And so anyway, I out of pocket, that was $80. He gave me a huge discount on that Donald Duck comic. That's a expensive comic in really good condition. I mean, that's fair condition. I don't understand the numbering system that came in with CGC. I just remember, poor, fair, good, fine, mint. That's because, as I've told you before, I'm like a Rip Van Winkle comic collector. I was really into collecting comics in the 70s and 80s, and then I just kind of got out of it. I still went into comic stores, but I didn't like most of what new stuff was coming out. And so I don't really understand a lot of the new terminology that people are using. I know I repeat a lot on this channel because I don't I don't assume everyone watches every single episode. So sorry if that upsets you. Let me get these. There's some other books that have that are also histories of Warren magazines. I think they're over in the bookshelf over here. Let's see. That's an old Green Lantern cartoon from the 60s from Filmation. Oh, I should show you, because on this disc I was telling you the other day there was an episode of the Brady Kids where they meet Wonder Woman, which would have been the first animated version of Wonder Woman. A year before Hanna-Barbera did Super Friends. Let's see if I can find that moment. Oh, and it's almost 11 a.m. So I was gonna record Alex Jones. Okay. So let's see. Let's fast forward a bit. Oh, that's the Dick Tracy 1970s Dick Tracy Filmation cartoon that was part of the Archies when they would have Archie would show comic strips come to life. There isn't much Dick Tracy, just a few episodes, I think. I was putting together some cartoons yesterday on DVD-R and then editing in commercials. So, and remember in the news,
making good on a campaign promise. Hoping to restore faith in public officials, President-elect Carter recently set up.
So I was just trying to recreate what Saturday morning would have been like. There are people on YouTube that do this same thing. There's a guy, man, what is his channel called? I think it's called Group Therapy TV or something like that. He does every Saturday morning he does a live stream where he just live streams old cartoons with commercials, and that is a cool thing to do on Saturday morning until Comic Book Memories comes on. All right, let me show you here. So they go back in time with the help of their bird that's a magician. Anyway, that's Diana Prince. See, she doesn't look like the Hanna-Barbera Super Friends Wonder Woman. I don't know if they ever showed Wonder Woman on Super Friends as Diana Prince. I don't recall it. But anyway, they're back in time here. Anyway, I was trying to show you Wonder Woman. Okay. There's the magician bird. Oh, come on. Oh, I was showing you creepy magazines yesterday, and I didn't finish because the dog knocked the phone off of the couch, and it caused the program to end.
There's one way you Brady kids can always please a crowd.
So she looks like the classic Wonder Woman. Really great animation, huh? I better turn the sound down. But see, it's traced right over when the Archies would play. They just traced right over the Brady Kids move exactly as the Archies did when they were performing their songs, like the year or two before. Anyway, so enough of that. it's time for. Hold on. Sit you guys down a little bit. There we go. Well, it's about time for most people to start going back to work, and but we have stuff to look forward to. Friday, I think Trump is gonna give a speech somewhere in Iowa, and then Saturday he's gonna go to two different places. So if you tune into Right Side Broadcasting, you'll get to see him give two speeches or two rallies, and then Sunday he's gonna have two different rallies. So it's just all day fun. That's more fun to me than watching football to normal people. And then next weekend he's doing two rallies on Saturday and two on that's the next weekend, whatever that is. Okay, so what is that? Okay, so we're everyone's asleep here but me. The dog is sleeping here, and oh, she's waking up. See her there? That's how she knocked the phone down. Because I have you balanced on a pillow. That's why it fell. And the cats are sleeping back there on the Elvira couch. I don't know if you can see it back there. Vampire type couch. Okay, so what I do is get off of YouTube and I get on Roku and I find the Rumble app, because we got 4 minutes till 11, and there's Rumble, and then I just go to live, and then I go over and click on InfoWars, and which you're probably not supposed to talk about on YouTube. Okay, turn the sound up. Oh, there's a great new show on, I guess it was put up yesterday, Shannon. Shannon of Comic Book Memories fame has a room tour of his comic book room. And he shows the other walls that you don't see on Comic Book Memories. And he's got a Planet of the Apes section and a Justice Society section and all this original art on the walls. And I would highly recommend you watch that program. It's fantastic. Yeah, he's got. I thought I had a lot of Planet of the Apes collectibles. He's amazing. Oh, I need to turn off this ring light. It's very annoying. You can't even see it. It's just like looking into the sun. Let me turn that off. So he sent me some stickers last time. I'm not sure where I'm trying to find where I put them, but he sent me 4 this time, and I'm going to put them on comic boxes upstairs. And fantastic. Okay, I think the show's starting. So I have a disc set on the 6-hour EP mode. So I record. And oh yeah. Oh, stuff. You know, I tell you how I keep getting these cards in the mail. Look at this. Americans are struggling. Skyrocketing prices, reckless spending, and handouts record high gasoline cost. It's time for a new leader. And then on the back, Nikki Haley. No, I don't think so. But I save all of these. We get 1,000,000 of them. But here's a Trump one. President Trump's conservative agenda. I don't know if I never got these in Texas. It may just be because we're one of the first states to vote that they just this is this they're all about the same size. It all looks like they came from the same printing company, and they all looks like they were made by the same people. It's kind of weird, almost. Some people say, you know, they're all alike. They're all just like pro wrestling. It's all fake. Almost makes you think that when you see all the cards from the different opposing candidates all look exactly the same. Isn't that amazing? Okay. All right. Well, let's head on up.
Experiments with mice have shown that the offspring of a traumatized pregnant mother are born depressed and exhibit problems socializing with others. A nurturing upbringing by a healthy surrogate mother did not reverse the abnormal behaviors, indicating an in utero transformation of the brain.
There we go.
And bioinformatic analysis revealed long-lasting alterations in the DNA. This is why the CIA is known for targeting children from families of multi-generational child abuse.
All right.
This is why world leaders are all from the same place. This brutal technique has been used and understood.
Well, soon. Soon you won't be getting as many shows from me. I've been off for Christmas, so I'm off one more day, and then you'll just be seeing like a show on the weekend. And I'll try to appear on Wednesday nights for Four Color Fossils on the Graphic Man Network. But okay. So we're back. Dang. Okay. I should open this Dracula action figure that was sent to me by Charlton 66. But that looks a little intimidating. Ooh, you can't even see me. Got a Gotham City sticker I gotta put on that. These Gotham City stickers make your collection look, I think, pretty uniform, and gives the consistency to the boxes. I don't know. How do you guys store your comics? Because I'm watching, like, not Shannon did a room tour, but then Metarog also did a room tour recently. And he was talking about having, I don't know, did he say 12,000 or 20,000 comics in the room? And I was like, where are the boxes? Are they hidden in a closet? Or, because what are there, about 300 comics in a long box? Is that right? I'm not sure exactly. And I'm just wondering, how do you guys, where are your comics, man? Well, I'll show you where mine are. Night Tiger Comics on, was it on Four Color Fossils? I was on, and he said, are those prop boxes behind you? And I said, no, I assure you they're filled with comics. Let me just show you now. Because I think it's really cool when people show you not just one wall in their comic book area, but they show you everything. Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, so these boxes are mostly Silver Age, and in some cases older than Silver Age, but I don't have much older than, okay, that's that. And then over here on this wall, this is Bronze Age and up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's about 36 long boxes. Okay. And then over here, you guys can do the math. Oh wait, there's 2 more long boxes. 37, 38 long boxes down here on the floor. And then there's some more in this closet. And here I've got some Disney and Gold Key. So let's say there's probably about 42 long boxes. And then there's one of Undergrounds in the other room I haven't brought back in. 42 long boxes, okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 30 short boxes. 31, 32, 33. 34, 45 short boxes. Now that's just my comics, and then there's magazines, right? And then the magazines are in here. Some are in this closet. Some Famous Monsters and Assorted Warren. Oh, that's where the Monster Bash is. Comics Journal. Oh, I've got to look through the calendars to see which calendar will work for this year. Anyway, so that's this room. And then I have magazine boxes on out here that all these magazine boxes. And they're magazine boxes. Some of them are comic book related. Some of them aren't. And then I got some more in there, and then some more in another closet. So I got a lot of books. What am I doing? Oh, the calendars. I remember there was a mission I had, and then it comes back to the top of my brain. Are the calendars in this drawer? Some of my calendars. Oh, yeah. Okay, so question is, would 1977 equate to this month, to this year? Well, back then, January 1st was a Saturday. How about 1975? This is a great calendar. January 1st was a Wednesday in 75, so that's not going to work for this year. How about 1995 Elvira? In 1995, did January fall on January 1st? Was it a Monday? No, it was a Sunday. So either 1994 or 1996 is going to work. 1974 Charmer. This must have been my mom's. I don't know why I have this calendar. Anyway, somewhere there's a calendar that'll work for this. But there's no point in looking for it right now. I could probably look up online and see which... online I could probably figure out what months are compatible with this year. There's some Planet of the Apes. Joy for you Planet of the Apes people. Okay. Enough of that. Mess in here. After I film this episode, I'm going to start working on organizing and cleaning. Okay. Oh, do I still have the pin in my pocket? Yes, from yesterday. Oh, we were going to look at some more creepy downstairs. Oh, well, we're already up here. Okay. I just looked at Vampirella with you guys recently, but I'm going to do it again really quickly, if you don't mind. Plug this in. My new thing, I think I'm going to start writing on the top of some of these boxes what I'm needing, so that I can easily be able to tell someone like Charlton66 said, hey, we just bought a whole bunch of Warren Magazine's creepy, Eerie and Vampirella, and which ones do you need? And it's like, I don't know. So here's the top of the Vampirella box. You'll have to bear with me. 1, 2. I showed these in an episode in the last few days. You can just go back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like Sesame Street. 10, 11, 12, 13. See the count. 14, 15. Ooh, missing 16. But I've got 16 in a bound set in the other room, but it's all right. 16 need 16. So, man, come on, man. 17. 18. Oh, come on, you dog-faced pony soldier. 18. Okay, 18. Yes, indeed. 20. 220. 21. 22. 324. 23 and 24. What I'll do is I'll take a snapshot of the lid and I'll send it to Charlton. 25, 26. I'll need 27, 30, 31, 2. 27 and 39. I did a pretty good job of knocking 39. Did a pretty good job of knocking these out in the 80s, and before anyone cared about Vampirella, I was getting them 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, oh man, 54, 55, 56, 57, I need 58, 58. What books do you want to look at today? Once I'm almost done with this. 58. I mean, I'm working as I do the show, obviously. 50, 64, 64, 65, 66. 67, 68, 69, missing 70. We're up to the Star Wars era where they have the, Star Wars add on back, it's not as much fun. Not that I don't like Star Wars, it's just 72. I like monsters. 72, 72, 73, 74, 75. 76 and 7, 78. 78, 79. Then I need 80. 80. 81. 82. 84. Then I need 82 through 84. Oh wait, they're out of order. Why is that? I do have 82. Here's an 88. What? 86. Okay, I'm missing 87. All right. Okay. So, I've written the ones I need. I'll take a picture of that, and that'll be that. What's in this box? What is this? I don't even know what. Ow, my back. Ow, man. What is this stuff? Oh, it's Archie. Oh, it's a magazine box, but I have some wide. When you have these wider Golden Age, or in this case, they're Truman Age, Eisenhower Age, and Kennedy Age Archie comics. I have to put them in a magazine box because they're wider than most modern comic boxes will allow. Oh, this is what I was telling you about a little bit earlier. In the 60s, when the Archie gang, they had these comics where they were superheroes, and obviously, you know, see the sound effect. That was because of the Batman TV show being such a huge hit on television when it premiered in January of '66. So this is Archie through Archie's joke book. So these need to go back in the closet. Let's move back towards the Silver Age books and look at some Silver Age wonderfulness. How am I moving you? You're on top of some plastic milk crates. What? It just said this accessory may not be supported. That means that I don't think my phone is connected to the electricity. Let me try that again. Hopefully it's working now. Whew. I put this Batman game over there on display. I don't know if you can see that or not. What a wonderful display. I gotta clear those boxes off over there. All right. Well, we looked at Bronze Age X-Men the other day. No, I don't know what that is. Let's look at Silver Age X-Men. I gotta lose weight. I put on some pounds over the holidays. Okay, this box actually starts with some of the Silver Age Wonder Woman where she has lost her powers. That's I still consider this, well, this is Silver Age, but I now call it the late Nixon age of comics. The late Nixon age goes up until, I'm sorry, it's the early part of the Nixon age are the 15 centers. The late Nixon age are the 20 centers. Then it goes to the Ford age approximately with the 25 centers. That is the new cool way that I do it, and I think all of you in the Gratu Army should do it the same way. Okay, so they were 15 cent, and then at the very end of the early part of the Nixon age of comics, DC went up to 25 cents, and with a thicker page count. They're saying bigger and better. I think there were 52 pages, but didn't work. So DC brought it back down to 20 cents, and that's when the late Nixon age begins, which I used to call the Bronze Age of comics. But I'm trying to be cool and different. 196. I'm missing 197. All right. I'm going to have to ask Kevin at Gotham City Comics if he pulled up Wonder Woman mid-70s with a missile, with a Nazi missile coming towards her, and I wonder if he's got any other mid-70s Wonder Womans in there. I'm pretty sure I've asked him before, and I think between me and Jambo, we probably cleared him out of those. But he's always getting new stuff, because as they're saying, unfortunately, there are people coming into his store, he's telling me, all the time saying, have you got any good new old comics? Because they're expecting everybody suffering with the economy as it is, and people are going in and selling their collections or parts of their collections. So good stuff will start appearing in comic stores, but of course, can you afford it since you're also suffering? That's a question. Here's the 199, and it doesn't even look like a Wonder Woman comic at all. It looks like a gothic horror comic. So you go down and show you that, you would never guess this is a superhero comic. I'm not knocking it, it's just very strange. And then I got 2 copies of that. Believe it or not, I've got 3 copies of that. I don't think that was even intentional. It's just that cover is pretty striking. Okay, so that was $199. Yes. Here's 200. Again, looks nothing like a superhero comic. And then with 201 is when I believe they went back and she had the costume again, and she went back to being the superhero that we know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's another book that I bought from that homeless gentleman that I was talking about earlier. He sold me, this just happened to be in his car. Or actually, I think he bought it at a comic store. And then he realized, oh shoot, I don't have enough money to even eat the next meal because I bought this comic, and then he sold it to me. I think is what happened. It's like, I'm not sure what store this came from, but it has the VG sticker. It's obviously from the Eisenhower age of comics, because you know something indicative of the Eisenhower age is the giant comics code symbol, which in 55, 56 the symbols were really big because it was a new thing and they're trying to draw parents' attention. This comic is okay. There's not going to be any pokers going into eyes, or there's not going to be people dragged behind cars or having their teeth pulled out or whatever sadistic stuff might have appeared in the earlier pre-code horror comics. All right. Also from the Eisenhower age of comics is World's Finest 117. This is what I think comics should be. This kind of insanity is what I love. I mean, look at that. And Batwoman, You can't get too much better than that. That's issue 117. Oh, we were going to look at X-Men. It's just World's Finest is in front of X-Men. 147. How much time do we have? This will probably... Oh. This comic is what morons call a key issue. No offense to you that are morons. It's an important issue. I just don't like using all the terminology. Don't get your feelings hurt about that. It's my sense of humor. People there's a YouTuber down in the South. He filmed himself going into a comic store and said, okay, where are the key issues? And the guy at the comic store said, well, you just have to look. And he was very indignant that they didn't have the key issues out ready for him to see. He didn't want to look through all this trash. He wants only the key issues. So, like, if you're a key issue person, it's like you want Hulk 181, but you have no interest in Hulk 187 because you don't really care about that. You only care about getting the issue that's sought after. Anyway, why is this a key issue? Is a panel from this has become a meme that's all over the internet. And I will show you. I showed this to you before. I don't know if I ever opened it. It's that panel where Batman's slapping Robin. So it's World's Finest 153. I mean, you would never know. Maybe mycomicshop.com will tell you in the write-up. Probably they will. It's an imaginary story. Yeah, an imaginary novel. Shannon was talking about this on, I think it was Shannon talking about this on Saturday morning's comic book memory show. He was saying what I often say is like, they call these stories that aren't really happening imaginary, but then you think, well, aren't all the Batman and Superman stories imaginary? But no, these are extra imaginary because they don't really exist. They're not really happening. They're like what if kind of things. And in this, Batman is trying to kill Superman. It's very much like that. What's his face? What is that guy? Snyder. Yeah, Snyder that made Batman v Superman. But that's what this is. He's trying to kill Superman. And he gets mad at Robin at some point and slaps him. I'll try to find that panel. And so people have, done everything from, like, Robin's complaining about the Beach Boys and Batman slapping him for not liking Brian Wilson to making it a political thing. All these different reasons why Batman, they changed the words. It's in here, I guarantee you. It just always takes me a while to find it. Maybe it's at the beginning of the story. Yeah, the clash of the cape and cowl. All right, I'm just going to look through page by page. Oh, there it is. There's the famous panel. I probably should make that a meme. Or not a meme. I should make that like the profile of this episode. There's Drew has gone in there and sleeping on the guest bed. It was Drew's bed and the cats took it over. Now the cat's like that Victorian couch downstairs. So Drew will get on that bed when I'm doing episodes in here. So if you ever come visit and you're allergic to cats or dogs, I probably should clean the sheets in there. They haven't been cleaned in a while. Anyway, whatever, dude. This is the issue that you need to seek out. World's Finest 153. holding it back. I'm doing something really stupid. You should pull the tape off. I'm doing something really foolish and dumb. Okay. 147, 123. Silver Age Dave used to pull the tape off, and he would make a ball. He'd pull the tape off every comic he opened, then put new tape on it. And then he made a ball of tape that would keep getting bigger and bigger. I miss him. He was such a wonderful guy, such a kind soul Christian guy. I'm acting like he's still around. He's just not on YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to scare you. I miss his presence on YouTube. But I don't know. Life happens. This is one that doesn't have a bag and board. And I need to get a Silver Age. This is one that's not in very good shape. This is the early days of G.I. Joe. The real G.I. Joe. Man, I'm missing Alex Jones downstairs, man. Here's the checkerboard era, the go-go checks. And you know that the TV show is on the air at this point. You know, that's... I'm just going to keep flipping through. Every comic store in the world that you go to, we don't really have any Silver Age. We just have a couple. They'll always have this issue. And that's why I've got, like... That's another one I've got 3 of. Because I think that this must have been right at the height of comics exploded, like they did in the 90s there before they fell. And they were printing so many of these comics because the Batman TV show had made them. I think this might have been like, I wonder if this is the one that had the highest circulation. Because he's just so easy to find. And no one charges much for these World's Finest comics. This one... I don't know where this oh, it's from Gotham City. This is from, it's marked $4.99. No one charges much for these World's Finest for the most part. So they're good. There's a new World's Finest that apparently is one of the only DC comics that is actually interesting to read. But now everybody's saying, I don't want to buy that comic anymore. I don't care how well it's written, because the guy that's writing it, Mark Waid, has demonstrated himself to be a real boorish, libtard, horrible, as I've been told, a horrible person. I haven't followed him much, but I've been told he's a great writer. Remember Kingdom Come and everything? People tell me he's done some great work, but he's such a online bully and all that. This is sort of a key-ish. Well, yeah, I guess it is. It's the first appearance of Two-Face in a way in the Silver Age. Sorry, the Johnson Age. I don't think this is the Nixon age yet. It's probably still the Johnson age. But anyway, it doesn't turn out to be Harvey Dent. It's just the first time you've seen that split face since the old days. So I got 2 copies of this. It's you can argue whether it's the first Silver Age, Nixon, Johnson age, LBJ age. Maybe we should call it the LBJ age. One